You tell yourself you're fine, that this is just how life is, that you're doing your best given the circumstances. But late at night when the world goes quiet and your thoughts grow louder, something inside you whispers the truth. You're not okay. You're tired. And somewhere along the line that you became a stranger to yourself. We all do it. We build these little internal myths to cope with reality, tiny lies to hold our fragile sense of self together. But the question is, how long can you keep lying to yourself before something inside you breaks? You wake up, you scroll, you work, you smile when you should, you nod when expected. You post a filtered photo with a caption that sounds almost sincere. And yet, there's a dull ache underneath it all. Like something is missing. Like you're floating through your own life without really being in it. What if I told you, you're not the only one? Dietrich Bonhoeffer once said, "The ultimate test of a moral society is the kind of world it leaves to its children." But what about the world we leave to ourselves each day? We build an empire of distractions, productivity, perfection, performance. And within that empire, we bury our truest selves alive. From the moment we're born, we're handed a script. Be good, be strong, be useful, be desirable, be successful. But here's the thing, no one tells you. These aren't your beliefs. They're inherited myths. Passed down like heirlooms from generations too scared to question them. Nietzsche once wrote about the slave morality, and where people embrace weakness as virtue, obedience as goodness, and suffering as noble. But what if we've simply rebranded it? What if a hustle culture is just modern slavery with a motivational poster? What if the self-love we're told to practice is just another product to buy? What if our entire personality is just an algorithm's reflection of what gets the most likes? We tell ourselves we're choosing this life. But how can we choose when we've never questioned the options? There's a story about a bird raised in a cage. One day, the door is left open. The bird doesn't fly out. Not because it doesn't want freedom, but because it no longer recognizes what freedom is. That bird is you. That cage, your comfort zone. You stay in relationships that drain you, jobs that numb you, habits that hurt you. Not because you're weak, but because you're terrified of the unknown. Plato's allegory of the cave wasn't just about shadows and light. It was about comfort versus truth. It's safer to stay in the dark where things are familiar, but real growth, real self, it lives in the blinding light of truth, and stepping into that light hurts like hell. You don't want happiness, you want familiarity. You don't want truth, you want comfort. You don't want freedom, you want validation. Here's the most uncomfortable truth. You are the one holding yourself back. Not your past, not your parents, not society. You. Because becoming who you're meant to be would require the death of who you are now. And that kind of death, it's terrifying. Machiavelli once said, "It must be considered that there's nothing more difficult to carry out, nor more doubtful of success than to initiate a new order of things." We resist change not because we can't, but because change is a small death of habits, of identities, of the person we've pretended to be for so long. Take a moment, really look in the mirror. Strip away the filters, the performances, the expectations. Ask yourself, who are you when no one's watching? Who were you before the world told you who to be? You were a child once. Curious, brave, messy, unapologetically alive. And then the world shamed that out of you. But here's the secret. That person is still in there. Underneath the roles, the personas, the lies. The goal isn't to become someone new, it's to remember who you were before the fear set in. Carl Jung wrote that, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." Most people live on autopilot. They repeat the same patterns. chase the same highs, run from the same wounds. But you're not most people, are you? You wouldn't still be here listening if some part of you didn't crave something deeper. This isn't self-help. This is self-confrontation. It's time to stop calling survival success, to stop mistaking busyness for purpose, to stop pretending your numbness is peace. You don't need to fix yourself. You need to face yourself. There is a moment in every transformation, the moment where everything burns. The caterpillar liquefies in the cocoon before it becomes a butterfly. The phoenix dies before it rises, and you will break before you become whole. But what if that breaking is sacred? What if the breakdown is the beginning? Maybe the fear you're feeling is not a warning, but an invitation to evolve, to reclaim your power, to live on purpose. You've told yourself many lies to survive. Now it's time to tell yourself one brave truth. You are allowed to change. Not slowly, not perfectly, not when it's convenient. Now. The door of the cage is open. Whether you fly or not is up to you. It is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. J. Krishnamurti. Subscribe for more videos that confront your soul.